us on the Midday News, reaching you live from our Abuja studio. We begin this half hour with breaking news as IGP Disu holds his first formal engagements with senior officers following his confirmation as the 23rd Indigenous Inspector General of Police. The meeting comes days after the Nigerian Police Council unanimously ratified his appointment, clearing the way for his swearing-in by President Bola Tinubu at the Presidential Villa, at an event that will hold later today. Addressing top hierarchy of the Nigerian police force, IGP Disu declared that leadership is not about position but responsibility. IGP Disu also announced plans to strengthen internal oversight mechanisms, directing that the Public Complaint Unit and X-Squad be empowered to operate independently. He also inaugurated a committee to implement the federal government's drive for state policing, stressing that the decentralization of police functions will enable various levels of government participation. Joining us live to take us through what his swearing-in means and what lies ahead for the new Inspector General of Police is our defense correspondent, Sifon Essien. Sifon, it's good to have you on the Midday News.
Thank you.
Now, walk us through this latest development. The new Inspector General of Police just inaugurated a committee that will begin the implementation of, the state policing drive of the federal government. Now, this is an issue, this is a debate that has dragged on for so long. How significant is this latest development?
Now, this is very significant considering the renewed drive of the federal government and led by Mr. President. Just emphasize that there's no going back on having state police to bolster security at the grassroots level. So now the Inspector General of Police, excuse me, IGP Disu has inaugurated the 8-member committee, a steering committee, to work out the modalities and framework how state policing will be implemented at the various subnational levels. The idea is to bring policing to the grassroots, get those at the lowest rung, you would say, of the society to be involved in policing. Because, like the police have said time and again, police or security is everyone's business.
See, for the new IGP says professionalism and accountability must no longer be mere slogans. Now, this is not the first time that we've seen a previous IGP make statements like this. What makes this any different?
Well, we're watching to see how he will match words with action. As you've said, it's not the first time a police chief will be making this remark, but this IGP has expressed firm resolve to implement what he has said. One of the things he noted is that if professionalism is enshrined, accountability is given its pride of place in the police, it would bolster public confidence. And when you have the public on the side of the police giving out information which would be processed into intelligence, would not be difficult. So for the IGP Disu, bolstering that confidence would ensure that what would be the outcome of sticking to professional guidelines and working according to the rules of policing globally, which will in turn trigger or some level of confidence beyond what we've recorded in times past in the police, so that people can see something like they say and say something.
Of course, see something, say something. But Sifo, I would like to ask you, this marks the very first outing with the IGP and senior officers. Now, at a time when public trust is at an all-time low, how is the IGP intending, to rebuild public trust?
Like I mentioned earlier, basically it's to ensure that the police is professional in its conduct. Another thing the Inspector General of Police has said is that police operatives from the last man in the ward would be tasked with a respecting Nigerians and the conduct of their carrying out of their activities daily, by respecting the rights of Nigerians, treating them fairly. That would, to a large extent, renew confidence in the Nigeria police and in the policing drive of the federal government.
All right, Sifon. IGP Disu also says that decentralizing police functions will enable a different level of government participate more actively in security management. In practical terms, how could decentralized policing change the way security is being managed across Nigeria?
What we understand is that the federal police will still be operational, but they'll also be policing at the various subnational levels. The Inspector General of Police, Disu, emphasized that there are certain local communities that have certain comparative advantage when it comes to security. Resources would be devolved to ensure that they are able to carry out those things for which they have those advantages, and that will cascade upwards to the state levels. States that have certain advantages would be empowered in the direction of the advantages, but generally the entire spectrum of policing would be supervised by the police at the center.
The first correspondent live there for us at the police headquarters. Thank you so much, Chiffon, for your time.